Rinpoche Taki Nyingma Pema Sandu Dawa Me Banda Parashone Jan Karen Jimbe Kone Chisun Kosan Taje Mata Tado So Adena Me Namba Dawa Me Keji Laya Lota Me Chinze Shizu Tongle Me Keji Lami Chinla Samba Jubura Chu Jeshen Jewa Danye Danje Duriza Loza Manja Meba Nyize Jeshen Lama Lagen Bande Lame Dangze Lame Sho Jewa Kuto Yanda Lama Name Jeje Bala Lonje Yende Razo Ne Balde Lame Gomba Nyudu Jo
Oya o tedece o devamlı gittiğiyle governance.
So in this way, with the pure intention and devotion, then carry on the practices.
Teşekkür ederim. Akogre, Guru Moshe Tisum Sonje Kundici Danjere.
So in general, of course, you might know that Guru Padma Sambhava is the condensed nature of all the past, present, future Buddhas.
Tata Namdrolling Tisu Sonje Koranji Tisu. Tetu Wasung Tenaji Tisu Guru Moshe Shane. Con déjà tira pas de content de tira. On a dit
So even in the past, during the first three Buddhas, Khorvaji, Sirtup and Vesung, at that time also Guru Padma Sambhava came and depending upon each and every individual faculty and their level of mind, he taught with the secret Mantrayana teachings.
Tata Kyabje Penor Rinpoche Sonje Kunyanga Dene Lo Nyek Tani Jidus, Pai Jelema, Shimai Telema, Ripa Toshun Sushi, Tambitsum Devaris.
So even during the Shakyamuni Buddha's period of time, as Buddha's teachings are there, but still Guru Padma Sambhava came after about 22 years later when Guru Padma Sambhava, when the Shakyamuni Buddha passed away, and then without any causes and condition of parent, just born as a spontaneous rebirth to benefit all other sentient beings.
Then, Pearl Major Pardon, Loni Dong, Lotanti, Jaron like Uni,
So after that, until Guru Padma Sambhava came to Tibet, till to that Guru Padma Sambhava has been in India and many other places where he started benefiting all sentient beings, almost like more than 2,000 years. So even in Tibet, at that time, in the beginning, that there could not flourish the Buddhism in Tibet because it is more occupied by the Bombos and also by many negative or the devils. So even during the King Songten Kampo, about the 5th century, and even earlier that during the Lato Rinpoche, that although these Dharma kings, they started working to flourish the Dharma in Tibet, but still there are many obstacles, and especially there are many the negative ministers and also the Pombo ministers who don't wish to be, flourishing the Buddhism in Tibet. So then later on, King Tsewang Gyatso's time, that although in the beginning he tried his best to bring Buddhism in Tibet, to carry through all these different levels of practice, but then there are many negative spirits and also many devil-minded ministers who just create lots of obstacles and could not really bring the Dharma in time. So then, based on the many lifetimes before, all those aspiration prayers that which assembled certain kind of causes and conditions through which then Guru Pema Sambhava came to Tibet, and through his great power and great realization on the mantric practices, according to that, all the 8 worldly gods and other many evil forces were just through his miraculous activity subdued them, and then he brought the Buddhism in Tibet. So then these 8 powerful worldly gods and many other just negative forces who were just been subdued by Guru Pema Sambhava, and then they were just become oath-bound to Guru Pema Sambhava, and then they become like a Dharma protector, and then Guru Pema Sambhava gave all this secret mantrayana teaching, and according to that, then there happened, they also received the Bodhisattva vows and all these practices, and then Buddhism flourished in Tibet. And then all the evil ministers that, however, they tried to challenge with the Guru Pema Sambhava, but still they could not really just do anything. And then slowly that flourished the Dharma in Tibet. So although at that time in India that Buddhism, the Buddha Dharma is just never been degenerated, it is in a kind of its complete stage, and then all this Dharma teaching brought to Tibet by many great these Panditas, scholars, and also the translators, and at the same time Guru Pema Sambhava brought many other secret mantra and practices from non-human being place and Dakini lands and many other pure lands through which that it is all just stabilized and flourish in Tibet in a way that there happened the Dharma flourishing like the sunshine.
couldn't dare so much. The Muslim Tantic, Virgin Lambo, Mama answered about the Tonsari, in Karam Rumatantic Suachani, and none of the Nishani, Tata Uris.
So after completing all his mission, like the Dharma activity in Tibet, then with the king and all his disciples and queens, they all together that did farewell to Guru Pamasambhava as he just went to the cannibal land where he need to be there and to benefit all sentient beings. So it is not that Guru Pamasambhava is just died, he is still alive in that Color Copper Mountain.
Mahabani now, Jata Shambang last of a Sonji Tonta, it is Guru Mojala Ocean, Gon, Doja Epicent on this on much chair on the watching the chair, soon the honor on the Shanti Shangri, Kunyang and their mothers.
Even in the future, during the Maitreya Buddha, the coming Buddha's time, and so forth, the rest of other, 1,000 Buddha, Guru Pamasambhava will be manifested and will come and then still give all the secret mantra teaching, including the Dzogchen, the great perfection teaching. So in that way, Guru Pamasambhava, of course, never just passes away in Nirvana.
Kadishan and Guru Pema Sambhava Sigimarit, Tiro Titola, 10 times the Charan.
So during these manifestations of Guru Pamasambhava, according to different times, then it is always not called as Guru Pamasambhava. There are different names.
Jagarena, Loton, Loton, Guru Tsenjin number, Guru Pema Sambhava, Guru Dojito, Guru Pema June, Guru Nyingma was the Guru Tsenjin numbers, the decision of Pema Sambhava, Tomba Segments.
And even in India, when Guru Pamasambhava is just benefiting all sentient beings through his secret mantra and teachings, then he has been manifested in many different forms, such as like Guru Tojutolu and Guru Nyingma and Guru Pema June and so forth. There are about, as you know, there are 8 manifestations of Guru Pamasambhava.
Tare in Deta Maiba, when the Karba Trumebane, Sanji Dembakara, Dana Deka, Gurumbochi, Reshane, they also then be done, choose no certain other no Gimbajamato, Tarituka Chomba Maris. So,
not only just this period of time that they are existing Guru Pamasambhava, it is even just many millions years before. Whenever there are the Dharma flourishing, then there is the emanation or that Guru Pamasambhava himself just appears and then bring all this secret mantra and teaching, and in that way, constantly benefiting all sentient beings.
Chira Sonje, Trukuchaja Jengi, Sanga de Chu, Nongamaris, Norano Dengamba, Teremado, Songamaris.
So in general, that Buddha as a just a Nirmanakaya form usually does not really teach the secret mantrayana or the bhajarana teachings. Mainly only just give the Dharma teaching based on the 3 Pitakas, the Sutra, Abhidhamma, and then the Vinaya Sutras.
Karetana Sente, Kyabje Penor Sonam Notambaji Genesu Yeramato, Takimeris.
So at that time, that those practitioners, that they could be just tamed with these 3 baskets. So it is not necessary with the secret mantrayana.
So much Sanji Sumbi together, Lonshito Yimba, Yorugando Yele, Song Yeramato, Tukutaji Songaris.
So when the secret mantrayana, the bhajarana, or the Dzogchen teachings were taught by these Buddhas, mostly they are in the Sambhogaya form, that in many different ways and many different places, but not in the form of Nirmanakaya.
Guru Rinpoche, Dusum Sonji, Seva Tromeba Jigi, Songa de Chusumba, the Sonji Tanti Land, the Druga Vajaris.
So Guru Padma Sambhava just giving all this Vajrayana or the cigarette Mantrayana teaching is in a way the manifestation of all the Buddhas that to bring all these cigarette teachings.
Shiva Mumbaji said that the citizens on the Moje generation of Pema Sonjet and Drinki the Sone, T. Nipati Gurumbaji Kutumbares.
Even for example, the prayer, the 7-line prayer, as we chant like and so forth, that all the just Buddhas, they did this prayer, and because of that power and energy, that they are just appeared the Guru Padma Sambhava.
They sit on them,
So that is why the 7-line prayer itself is also very powerful and has lots of blessings.
On the round and in Gurumbaja Sora Tijitana,
And just only by accumulating the 7-line prayer and supplicating to Guru Padma Sambhava that one can liberate into pure lands.
Cities on the round and the Zopol name Nasakanga Chemboyana, cities on the round and Gurumbachili, Lord Tessanatory again, Lord Genis on Division and Nelly Togres.
And even that in case one may have certain kind of sickness in our body, and if we just carry through the practice of 7-line prayer without any tiny bit of doubt and hesitation, doing that prayer, dedicating to Guru Padma Sambhava, of course, one can just cure all those sickness. And also just relating with the material wealth and finance and so forth, wishing for that, even one do the 7-line prayer and supplicate to Guru Padma Sambhava, one can fulfill one's wishes.
Shiva, Jeba, Wang, Drubwang, Le Tamti, Gurumbachila Sora, Tibetan, he Tabane, citizens on the Nanakarin and Dugres.
And also, since we are somehow have so much self-attachment, and because of that we really concentrate for one's own benefit, and that way we just do suffer more. For example, like when you have headache, then instantly you think, oh, how I can get rid of my headache, or even you have the stomach ache, and then you only think, oh, how I can get rid of my stomach ache, and then just wondering how I can just make more wealth or money, and in a way just that concentrating for one's own benefit.
The wrong
so how that oneself, that which we don't like all these kind of things, similar like that, all other sentient beings also have same kind of thoughts. So oneself as a condition, whatever pain or suffering one have, and based on that, if one think, even including all sentient beings, they may also not have this kind of suffering, then that way it is just more beneficial.
Samba Jachimbuji generation, Chukare Dunao, Drubwang Jikora, Remdo Jikora, Karisheno, Samba Jachimbo, the rich in Pazona, Tanto Jachimbo, so young years.
So whatever that purification or just pujas and practices, whatever we do, if we have a much more broader mind or just greater mind, then according to that, we can also just receive the fruition in a greater state. So if we only just think for oneself, then the benefit is also just tiny, not big. So now that today have teachings on the Ngondo and Thalung, so the Dzogchen first year and second years, you guys can live for your practice. Supplication prayer to Guru Pema Sambhava. So it is just because that Guru Pema Sambhava is the manifestation of all the powers and wisdoms of all the past, present, future Buddha. So that is why it is just very beneficial and also has lots of blessing and power. So in this way, just doing these prayers relating with the Guru Yoga, that the essence is one's root Guru, but it appears in form of Guru Pema Sambhava, and then repeating these prayers just over and over. It is just important.
Oh yeah, that now here our home
So anyhow, today that weather is not so good, but still you have your own practices. And also take care of your health and bodies.
Okay. That did only
So now today that the first year, the Dzogchen Tegal practitioners, you stay and rest. All practitioners can just go away to your places.